Jay's in the building. J and J. Jay, Jae, right?
Jae.
This is what I do. I'm like, oh, I don't know.
Absolutely.
What's up, y'all? It's Peak 22. Sorry, I'm late. What's up, Jay?
It's all his fault, y'all. What's up, Jay?
I will take the blame today. I had some serious issues I had to deal with, and it involved a woman with a big mouth. That's gonna be for another day to talk about. If you really want to know, just tune into my stories. I'll tell you because I'm gonna put her on blast.
He's always got an excuse.
It's a legit excuse, though. I blame a
We'll
woman.
let it slide this time.
I'm gonna blame a woman.
Don't you do that. Don't come in here for the woman tonight.
No, I'm not. I'm not attacking the woman. I'm just.
I know. I'm playing.
You know, I'm just stating some obvious things. That's all.
Yeah. It's all right. We'll tune into your stories for another topic another time.
But today we talk about, should women start pursuing men in the dating world?
Oh. You know, I've been going on live asking that question, getting some feedback.
What's been some of the feedback? Because I got some things to say, but I'm on what you've been hearing.
So first, I'm gonna start with my opinion on the topic, and then I'll go into what I've heard. So my opinion is, we're in 2023. If a woman is confident enough to approach a man and shoot her shot, why the hell not? However, she must be prepared for rejection, just like a man should be prepared for rejection when he shoots his shot.
So you saying when a woman, okay, so I'm asking this question. If a woman do pursue a man, how far is she taking it? Like, is she like kind of like doing the lead-in portion and then the man take over, or is she just going all the way?
I mean, I don't really know. That, I guess that could be dependent on the woman or the situation. So one comment that I got on live was, it's okay for a woman to let a man know her interest in him, but not to actually pursue him. But in my mind, isn't her letting him know that she's interested a sort of pursuing? To me, that is.
What is letting how do you let a woman know? Like, how does a woman let a man know she's interested? I gotta hear this.
I mean, I assume, she could send a message, or if they're out in public, maybe a signal. I don't know.
What kind of signal? Bad signal?
Yeah, maybe a bad signal in the air, like, hey, I see you.
Oh, you know what? I can be creative though. You got the lamps and everything moving and all.
Right.
Ooh, yeah. So this is my catch too. I do agree that women should start saying things, because some women say things and do things and think men pick up clues. Sometimes we men don't be thinking, and we just be like, a woman could be flirting and we probably won't know it. Or we might think they're flirting and take that flirting, and then we could be wrong. And the men don't like to be wrong, because we only nobody like rejections. So women have to be more clear, I guess. I don't know.
Well, let me give you a scenario. So when I brought this up on live to get feedback, somebody asked me, have you ever shot your shot before? So there's one instance, this was like 2 years ago. Me and some friends were out, and there was somebody at across the way. And when you feel like somebody's watching you, like you feel like eyes are on you, right? Yeah. Like, who the fuck is looking at me? So I had to scope out the whole area. I'm like, okay, I see somebody looking, but there was a few of us at the table. So you don't know who he's looking at.
Right.
But he's looking hard. And he wasn't a bad looking man, and I was single. So I went to the bathroom, and then when I came out of the bathroom, it just so happened that he was now standing by the bathroom door, like the exit of the building. So I was like, what's up? Like, I did that whole little, you keep staring, what's up? He's like, I mean, I saw your eyes from across the way, and I wanted to come talk to you, but I saw a man walk up and say something to you and then walk away, and then he came back, and then I didn't know if that was your man. I was like, oh no, that's somebody that I've just known for a really long time. And he's like, Well, shit, if that would have never happened, then I would have came and talked to you. So I feel like at that moment, I guess I made the move because I saw him staring consistently and he just wasn't brave enough to say anything. But I don't know if that's considered pursuing or like just calling you out because you're staring and you don't want to say nothing.
Let's call them out. I think pursuing is more of being direct with a man. Like, I find out you're an attractive guy, blah, blah, blah. And you say something to him, that's kind of like more of the pursuing type, initiating, I guess. I guess you initiate.
Initiated it, yeah.
But then some people are polite. Some women, you got to be kind of like more direct than just initiating these days, because if you assume stuff, you look like the biggest asshole in the world.
Right.
So, yeah, I just, times are changing. And I think that if a woman sees something, because right now, talk about my ratio, like there are not a lot of good men kings, as I say, out here for women. So women, you can't wait on the king to pick you, because men can pick multiple, because there's more women available for a man than vice versa. So women have to be more aggressive and go get their guy, because there are not a lot of good men out here. Think about it. You see men, you meet men every day. How many men there's quality that you can probably see yourself like, damn, I can see myself with that person. It's not many guys like that women can say that about. Now, me, for a man myself, there are plenty good women out here I can say that about. Like, she's a good woman, she's a good woman, she's a good woman. But vice versa, how do you know men out here taking care of their business? How many men are out here taking care of their business, showing leadership, pumping a woman's gas, making them dinner sometimes, how often does that occur? So women, you have to go out there, you have to hunt. You got to become hunters. It's real, it's real. And then anybody gets up, no, a woman, I got this, I can do this. Then you're gonna end up lonely, possibly.
So one of the men in my live that night, I had to take a screenshot of this comment so I wouldn't forget it. But he says, a woman chasing a man could affect her self-worth and make the guy feel like he doesn't have to respect you as much because you're coming after him. I didn't agree with that comment one bit.
I don't agree with that. So it depends on at what level. Now, when a woman pursue a man, she's pursuing respectfully. And what I mean by respectfully, you have a conversation. It's nothing sexual. Now, if you're pursuing a man and using your physical traits when you're talking sexually, that's a different story. He's right, absolutely right. But when you're pursuing a man, when you answer him, asking him how he's doing, have a conversation, whether you talk about sports or whatever, that's different. So it depends on your approach as a woman and how you approach the situation. If you're talking sexual already to a stranger, like making sexual references and sexual comments, and I don't really think that you're gonna get that respect long term in which you were saying and that message that's on your live from yesterday. So that you got to kind of weigh your limits until you get a feeling, that mutual feeling between the two, and know what level to take it to. So
do you agree that I hear all the time that men enjoy the thrill of pursuing a woman, right?
Right.
But how do you think men, does it give them a thrill to be pursued as well? Like, can that boost their self-esteem? Can that boost their confidence? Like, if, a woman's pursuing me?
I got a lot to say about this. And let me tell you something. Women these days, not all, a lot of women like attention. So for example, these dating sites, these dating things and etc. These women be on here, right? You pursue them, you talk to them, and they like the attention. They like to be pursued, but they don't like to follow through. You know what I'm saying? They like the attention. They want the social media has completely fucked the game up. So a lot of women just want the attention of being pursued, but don't want to really entertain it. So men these days, include myself, I don't mind, but women pursue me is interested. I kind of like that because it's like you're not playing games. If I pursue a woman and you make yourself available, you say you're single and you're looking as well, but I'm communicating with you and you kind of standoffish and want somebody to kiss your ass, I'm not for that. I'm not going to kiss your ass. So usually when a woman pursues a man, she means business. Because think about it like this. Men,
You hear that, men? She means business.
men sometimes will pursue a woman because they have a physical, want. If you know what I mean. Their purpose may be different than a woman. A lot of women out here are not looking for the same thing. I bet if you we did a survey and asked 100 men and 100 women, what is your purpose like when you single, pursuing a woman, what do you want? A lot of men will respond with a physical answer, sex. Some women have the same answer too, but a lot of women not about games because women are wanting families. You're the mothers, you give birth and everything. You want that family aspect. And men, especially little boys, you got like the little boys running around here. So in this note, when a woman pursue, she means business. It's possible. It's a good chance she means business or she really is interested in you. So it kind of like raised an eyebrow to a man that's really looking for something more committed. So I think that these days, if you have a woman pursuing you, not over pursuing, when I say over pursuing, not stalking, but we we got a woman that's coming after you, she means business. Like I'm alert. I'm like, okay, what's up? What's going on? Like, and I'm gonna get my attention towards that. So I think it's important now. I used to didn't agree with this. I agree with it now. A woman should pursue because you just never know, and women, there's not enough men out here for you. I'm sorry, it's not.
So, what changed your mind? Why do you all of a sudden agree with it?
Because you get a woman that's more about business. Like you get if you pursuing a woman, you get like a lot of games these days. Women these days they just starve for attention. They just want to be like sought after of. They don't want nothing real. So you get a woman that's going after you, she means business. That's why when you meet someone, especially men, you meet a woman, if she's into you by calling her. You shouldn't have to like, or vice versa. You shouldn't have to get nobody to call you. Like, why you not calling me? Or what are you doing? Oh, I'm busy. You make time for what you want to make time for.
I agree with that 100%.
Perfect. So a woman's coming to you and she's pursuing you and she's serious, of course, she's contacting you. You know what I'm saying? She's calling you. And men feel more comfortable and let you know something too. When you get a woman's about business, that man, I take it more it's more serious. I take it serious, and that's in my book. You get a more serious relationship, and you probably get the possibility of having a more faithful relationship too. Hence communication. Because that woman communicates. If she can go after her guy, she's a communicator. Hmm.
That is true. That is true. I'm going to agree. I actually agree with you tonight, Jay. That doesn't happen very often.
It's true because think about it like this, right? You out, you meet a guy, you'll exchange numbers and whatnot. So the guy calls you, you talk for him 2 or 3 days, and then the guy gets busy all of a sudden, you don't hear from him for a few days. Let me tell you something. Wait, first of all, I'm gonna ask you, what do you think about that? When a guy talks to a guy 3 or 4 days and then he goes ghost. What is your first thoughts?
Oh, he's got something at home. He's got something at home he don't want to tell you about.
Yeah.
And 9 times out of 10, see what men fail to understand is that us women are like FBI agents. We can find out anything if we really want to. So a lot of the times, probably 8 or 9 times out of 10, it's true. You end up finding out that they have a significant other or, they're married and they just don't want to say nothing. Or when you do call them out on something, it's that whole, well, it's a tough situation. We're going through some things. We're separated type of thing. So yeah, when I don't feel like it's just man though. It's men and women. When you're talking to somebody and I've encountered this before. You talk to somebody all throughout the day, and then all of a sudden at night their phone's dead, or they fell asleep every night, or you know what I'm saying? Like, come on, bro, come on. We know what it is around here. We're not dumb.
I fell asleep.
Yeah, fall asleep every night at 8:00, bro. Come on now.
Or they juggling multiple women. So if you're juggling multiple women, you got to kind of have them on the schedule. Not talking from experience, but you got to kind of keep something up. It's hard. It's kind of hard to keep up. Say you're talking to 3 or 4 women, right? So one woman, she might occupy more of your time than as usual. So you forget. That's why today's world. Like I don't know. I'm at an age where juggling, hell no, it's not worth it. Like to find a woman, I'm gonna write this down. the men are watching too, and I've said this before. One important thing from a woman, and it should be vice versa. What is her relationship with God, right? What is her spiritual relationship? Now, two, does she have a personality? Three, can she cook? That's important because if you can't get past three, then ain't no point. Because this thing, a woman can literally feed a man soul, snatch his soul outside his damn body. And that's how I feel. Be waiting. That's the thing. But women, if you got all these things that I'm saying, you believe in God, you can cook, you got a pleasing personality, and it's good points for woman loves sports. If you got all these things, you go pursue your king. Why not? What's keeping you away?
So I agree with you, but I agree that works for the older generation. This newer generation, I don't feel like you could be the best cook in the world. They'll still go to McDonald's and get a dollar menu. Like, this newer generation is a really different generation.
Yeah.
I was having a conversation with somebody earlier and we were talking about that. And it's like, us 80s babies are way different than the new, what do they call them? Gen Z or X, whatever it is that they are, the new people, the new ones running around. So all that you say right there, that might be great for somebody in our generation. This younger, newer generation, man, everything they think is different.
But so this newer generation for younger women, they don't cook as often as women my age and even older. They're not in the kitchen and they don't really believe in that. That's because, and I'm gonna tell you this word I use, right? I said this to one of my kids' mother, and she hated it. I told her she was too westernized. And I was just saying it, and she hates it. She brings it up and ran the conversation. Oh, westernized. Like, I didn't know it was like that offensive, but that is true. A lot of women in this country that live in the United States, especially, are very westernized. Now, what I mean by that is that they don't take on the traditional role. They don't cook. A lot of women, some of them don't even clean. You see some of these homes. And if they do cook and clean, they have this motive where I don't need a man, I don't need this, I don't need that. And I'm gonna say that you're wrong. Just like a man needs a woman needs a man. But it just takes the right combination to come together.
Of course.
I'm gonna put this up by Perry White. He said, "Me as a man, if I play hard to women, they won't pursue me anymore. But as a man, I will continue to pursue if I really digging her. Women, I wouldn't." So I don't know. Perry, you saying he's saying I play hard to women, he won't pursue. I don't know.
Or he plays too hard, the women won't pursue him.
Oh, yeah. Okay. So there's the thing too. You can't women are so judgmental nowadays. Why is that? Women are people in general. But I think women are more judgmental, and I see this all on social media. And this is how you miss out on your blessings. You can meet a person or know of a person, right? Let's take me for example. I'm just keep it real. I'm a man, you see me, you be like, man, Jay, you got 3 kids, nice. I'm 41 years old. Oh, you got different baby mamas? Oh, that's a red flag. And how is that? And so that's where you get the judgmental part. So the thing is, we don't know what blessings we meet, and women too. If a woman had different, like multiple baby daddies, you don't know a person's background. You can't judge a person based off their life experiences, what they went through. That's being judgmental. That's only one person that can judge. We know that's the Most High. So the problem is in the dating world, people judge, oh, what type of job you got, what type of relationships you had in the past. There's too much judgmental going on, and it damages the dating world, which as a result, it leads women to have to pursue men even more.
Yeah.
It is. I mean, I didn't believe in that. Like, I thought it was dumb, but women, you see a king with qualities, you just have to just shoot a shot.
I don't see nothing wrong with it.
But people,
I don't see nothing wrong with it. But I know that Perry says most women don't take rejection like most guys do. And I was just going to say, if we shoot our shot, we have to be prepared for rejection. But I bet we don't act like men when y'all get rejected. It's like your world's ending. I've literally seen a man cuss a woman out in public because she refused to give him her phone number.
Seriously?
Seriously. And his homies were sitting over there like, they didn't know what to say, but he like went off on this woman and told her all about herself, and she's stuck up and she's this and that. So I've seen the rejection from a man before. And then that makes it scary too, right? When you're out and about, if you see somebody that maybe you want to pursue, it kind of makes you a little hesitant because the rejection can be, it's scary, especially with the world we live in. There's crazy folks in this world.
It is. And men could be so like violent, so dominant, like for just no reason. I don't get it. Jeez, I don't understand it. That's why I think this approach, right? Women, you gotta be observant, right? And to see a guy that looks attractive, I think women should take their time because guys out here crazy. You just said it how the guy asked for the girl's number, didn't get it, he cursed her out. You got to be careful when you pursue because it's a crazy world out here, just like you say. You got to become observant. Use your senses. Observe. If you find a guy in public that you like, observe. See what he's about. You kind of got to like study body language. I don't know if that even works, but you got to kind of like take your time if you do decide to pursue a guy, because most men are weirdos. They're overpossessive. They are verbally like dominant, which means they can be like verbally abusive. You just know what you get into. Guys know how to put on a front and put on this fake character to get what they want to lure you in. Exactly. Women can do it too. And men have to do the same thing. Become observant. You can tell from a woman, it's easy to be observant and tell how she is. She can be, listen to her, see how she talks, her character and everything, etc. You got to just pay attention. So that's what it is. Like,
so I'm going to touch on the being observant, and so this is another topic that came up, okay, in my lives, because that's where I go to ask questions and get information. The problem is you can be observant and watch somebody, but they can put on a really good front. And something that I've learned and I've stopped doing in this dating world is that when a man asks me, what type of man are you looking for? I don't answer that honestly and directly, because that gives that man the opportunity
advantage
to act like he's what I want. He puts on that show for all the characteristics that I name, and this is what I want, and this is what I expect. And then a couple of weeks, months later, you're like, hold on, this isn't the person that I met. Like, was that a front, or was that just to reel me in and this is how you really are?
Ashley says you can't give the man a full recipe to your heart.
You can't give. Yep. And that's exactly correct. I've learned that in the dating world. That's just something that I picked up on. And then I've also heard other people talking about that. Like, when somebody asks you, what are you looking for? Don't tell them exactly what you're looking for, because that's what they're going to act like they are right away.
Exactly. Let me ask you a question. You go out on a date with a guy, right? And dates, it's the beginning of the date usually. So you walk to his car. He doesn't open the car door for you, right? He unlocks the door. You open your door. He opens his door. Are you continuing the date? Are you going to continue the date?
I mean, yeah, I will. I come from a home of my grandparents. My grandpa was sometimey about that too. He didn't open my grandma's door every single time, but that didn't mean he wasn't a gentleman. So, I would. I mean,
Okay, I got part two.
Okay.
All right, you get to the restaurant. You exit the door. He doesn't come open your door, which may not be a big deal to you. You're about to enter the restaurant. He doesn't open the door for you. Are you still continuing this date?
He gonna get this.
But are you still continuing the date?
I'm going to continue the date, but that doesn't mean that I will maybe continue to see him after.
Here's the thing. I think
go ahead. Sorry.
We put up too many, we see red flags. And that's when you know things go south. Let me tell you something. I'm big on this. I don't care what no man say, no woman say. I'm very big on this because I raised my girls to do this. I told you before, I got my girls sometimes they forget. I tell them, don't touch doors. So my daughter, who's 10 years old, happy birthday, and she would stand outside the door sometimes and wait for me to open the door. Because as a man, you are the protector of the woman, especially in this world today where there's a lot of fucking chaos. You are to protect the woman. You are to make her feel comfortable. You got to do everything so she don't have to live too much of a finger. If you do that, she could be her. She could learn to be submissive to you as long as you take care of her, make her feel protected. And part of feeling protected is opening doors and being a damn gentleman. You
I
open the
agree.
door, you make her feel comfortable. Let her in the car, close the door. Now, I seen this off Bronx Tale. I don't know if you remember the movie where he told the boy, you take him to date, you let her in the car. She don't reach over and open your door, you dump her. I don't know if you remember that part.
Mm-mm.
I'm gonna share it with you later though, because it's on YouTube. Would you, as a man, doing things like that, a woman reach over, open the door for you, is a good sign to me. A very, very good sign. It's a quality, it's a trait. It's real big and it's huge for me. But for a man, opening doors is huge. It's part of making a woman feel secure. Restaurants, everything. I had a woman open the door for me the other day, and I said, "No, no, no, no. I got you, man. You go in first. That's what a man's supposed to do. You make a woman feel protected." And I think in the dating world, that's why I say it's slimmer for women. And there are not many kings out there. And it's slim for women out here in the dating world. You got your king because you see a man open the doors, being a gentleman, being kind, etc., etc. Go after him. Don't wait for him to come to you because as men, we don't know. We kind of don't pay attention to little things. So our signal's a little bit weak in that area. So go after them. Go.
So what I was going to say a minute ago pertains to what Ashley says. Continue it and address it. So that's what I was going to say. Like, I'm going to continue the date, but I will ask during the date, like, is there a reason why you didn't open the door for me? Like, you should be a gentleman, you know? But I've also dated somebody who he didn't open it every time, but every time we were walking somewhere, I was on the inside. Every time we sat down somewhere, he faced the door. Like, he did his part to make me feel protected, and he would always watch everything. But every time, he didn't always open the door, and I was okay with that. Like, sometimes if I'm because I'm a fast walker sometimes, and I'll be in front of you if you're, and I'll grab the door real quick. But it's just out of habit because I'm always on the go and doing things. So I would address it though, like Ashley said.
But here's the thing, and I'm gonna read what Candy said in a minute. Why ask? Men, you are a king. Act like a damn king, and don't even. A woman should be addressing that. Period. Get your ass up, open the damn door, make her feel comfortable. Women, if you ain't getting that, don't see them. Period. I don't give a fuck what nobody say. One of the signs of a red flag is a man not opening doors, make a woman feel secure. Because you're taking care of them. It's like church, like, hey, baby, I got you. You open the door. You're taking that brunt. You're taking that force. You're making them feel secure. These traits, that's something very important. You should have to ask a man. It's a reason that you're not opening the door for me. It's a reason. That's not a man you're asking. You're talking to a boy, which at this point, I'm going to read Candy's message because she says a lot of men were taught, but in most cases, because they didn't have a father figure, there's too many boys out here. And that again could be true. But I was always raised to have manners. Part of having manners was open the door for women, which by my mom and dad strictly enforced. Mainly my dad, because I saw him do it. And my mom just reiterated. So it's kind of a shame that a woman has to ask a man why he's not doing his duties. And that's a problem we have in today's world. Men do not do their duties.
Yeah, but so to rebound off of that, I don't know. Like I said, my grandfather was the biggest gentleman. He adored the hell out of my grandma. But there were times too when my grandma would be in front of him because he was a little slower. And even when I was younger, and she would open the door and we would go in. Like, to me, that's not a red flag if a man doesn't open a door for you every single time. Like, it's just not, because
it is.
Well, okay. So red flag. If you don't open the door for me, you are done.
I can see sometimes it not happening, but a man has to dress. I do it for strangers in public. I'd be damned if a woman be like, "Hey, I got you." No, sweetheart, I'm the man, and that's the problem with this world. We accept, like, we try to take these little manly roles that we're supposed to be like secure and everything, and we try to make them like across the board. It's not. This man, this is your job. Make your woman feel secure, and yes, opening doors is one of them because when you open the door to her car, you making sure she get in safely while you get in last. You don't boop, boop, and you in the car already. She's in there. No, you make sure she's getting there safe and sound. You close the door. She's safe. Now you're last. You walk your ass around to your part of the car, and you enter the car.
I
I don't.
gotcha.
I don't understand like why men don't do it, but you know, a lot of women are like flocking towards men with no manners and money. But that's a different topic, a different story.
See, I am though the person who is out in public, and I always preach every day about being kind. I will gladly hold the door open for a gentleman who's walking in the store if I'm coming out. And but it's out of the kindness. It's not because a man's not doing what he's supposed to do. So,
If his hands ain't full, he should be telling you, "Thank you, sweetheart. I got this. You go ahead."
but you know what? Sometimes a man will look at me and be like, "Thank you so much." Nobody ever does that. So that goes back to that. We've had this topic before about it's the smaller things sometimes that can make somebody's day. So if I'm walking out of a store and I can hold that door open for a gentleman who's walking in, give him a smile, hit him with that good old pearly whites and say, "Have a great day." And it makes his day turn around because he was having a shitty day. I'm going to do that.
I'm gonna say this. I had a woman tell me this today because of what I do for a living. She's like, "Yes, officers, you're supposed to walk women downstairs because she's an elderly woman. She had to get downstairs." And I said, "No, that's not true. A man, a leader, sees a woman struggling to get downstairs. You have my arm up on mine, and I'm assisting you downstairs because I'm a man. I'm a leader, not because of what I do for a living. If I didn't have on a uniform, I'll still be doing the same thing."
That's good.
So, as men, we have to take charge. We just don't have men take charge nowadays. I hate to say it, and I want to be for my fellas and everything, and I am, but we don't have enough men to sit here and take charge. Shit is sickening. we just don't. That's why, as we said, women should start pursuing their man in the dating world because if you see a man taking charge and everything, go get him.
Go get him. Use them claws. Put the claws in him, right?
You know how lion catches prey. That's how women.
Right. What does Mr. Perry say? You want to pull that up because he said something.
So why are women so cautious about their past relationship experiences? Every man is different. So should a woman be cautious because of her past experiences? I'm gonna let you answer that because I got a response to that, Mr. Perry. Thank you for that, man. It made me think about something.
So, Mr. Perry, I feel like a woman should always be cautious no matter what. If you've been shown some things by people in your past, you should always be cautious, but you shouldn't treat that new person that's coming in your life like the last person because they're not the ones who's hurt you, done whatever to you. So I feel like a woman and man, period, should always be cautious. Just you have to learn how to work through the past traumas from the last person and let that go with the past. There's no need to hold on to it when you're pursuing something new or moving forward because, like Jay said a while ago, you block your own blessings when doing that. So I absolutely be cautious about everything because we do live in a shitty world these days. People are out to just see what they can get from the next person. Does it benefit them? They just want the draws and then they gone. It's stuff like that. So always be cautious, but don't treat somebody like they're your last.
All right. So I had a woman tell me this. She had a guy and she's not used to men catering to her. I do it myself. Well, I do it for him and do it for us both. A lot of women have not had the experience of what it feels like of being catered to. So when a lot of women meet people and they go about things based on their past, they become like a little scared. So it's like instead of turning this corner, they like slowly get to that corner and then come into like abrupt stop because of something happened in their past. and you can't take things from your past that we get to your future unless you see characteristics from the present that's going to your past. Because that's why you like cautious at the time being. So, women, you have to learn to accept good deeds from men. You have to, because these are kings. Kings do good deeds. They do good deeds without expecting anything in return. They do it without expecting. Now, a man that does it and expects something in return is not that guy. Red flag. So, in terms of being cautious, when a man does something for you, you are to appreciate it, but at the same time, you are to become aware. And most women think this: is he looking for something in return? Does he want something? Is it genuine? Key word, genuine.
Is it genuine? That's the key word.
Now I'm gonna push this thing of Candy. Gosh, she has a lot of demands. I love it. Not demands. Candy, I'm not saying that. She said, I love being catered to. I expect it. And you should expect it. Don't expect anything less.
Absolutely. You should expect to be catered to 100%. But at the same time, so I wasn't, when I was talking about the caution, I wasn't talking about that part. I'm talking about like the past experiences in bad ways. So if a man comes in and he's being genuine and he's catering to you, I feel like if he's really a genuine person, he's only doing that because of that, not because he wants something else. But you do have to be cautious about that too, because somebody will come in and swoon you until they get you.
Exactly, they sure will. So, men just do. I think she said she don't want the bare minimum, and men would do just enough to get what they want.
Yep.
They do just enough to get what they want, and you gotta understand and realize consistency, right? Women, I'll let you in a little note. Like Candy said, you could appreciate it, you expect it, but you got to make sure it's genuine, and this is how you do it. You can't be all like, you thank a man anyway, being thankful and everything, but also become aware of how your communication is with him. Is this the same, or is he doing things? Because a man will, if he's looking for something, he push towards what he wants as he's doing something for you. He push towards what he wants. He makes suggestions. Ask, come over. You know what I'm getting at, right? When they want the draws, when they want the GTD. So you gotta watch it. In this world today, you kind of gotta watch when people do things for you, and I can understand why people are sometimes reluctant to accept things. And that goes for the man too, because I'm that person too. I'm like, I could do for a woman, and I do a lot. I have to learn to receive. I have a hard time learning to receive things from a woman. And I think I get too caught up on I do this, I do that. And the woman offers something to me, I'm like, I'm good. I'm good. I'm fine. Don't need to spend money on me. I'm good. So men, women watch what men want. Watch what they have a purpose of doing things. And it could be genuine and it could be bad. You just gotta watch out. Don't be giving up them draws quick. Let me be blunt. Don't give up them panties quick, girl. Don't give them up quick.
But sometimes you got to test drive the car to see if the car's worth buying. Just saying.
But that's when
not everybody wants to be honest about that, but I'm going to. Okay? Like sometimes you got to test drive the car, because if you don't test drive the car and you buy it and then the car is broke down or has a hard time starting and you got to replace things.
Oh, so you bring up a woman perspective that I didn't know. I mean,
well,
at what point do you test drive then?
I don't. That's the good question.
What point do you test drive?
Oh, I mean, not right away, obviously, but you gotta window shop for a little bit. Sit back and observe, like watch that thing run down the street, But yeah, I don't. Just saying, you said don't give it up too early, but sometimes you have to test drive the car. You want to see what that Facebook user says?
I got it deep thoughts. I believe when you're fully healed and you have God in your life, I no longer believe that it is being cautious, because now I know. And then that's key word when you had God in your life, because God. Let me tell you something. I'm glad that whoever it was. I'm sorry, it says Facebook user, but that is true, and here's why. when you have God in your life and you genuinely believe and your faith is towards that, that means you have like a clear path, clear mind, right? So you come across evil or something that ain't for you,
He's
well,
gonna remove it.
he's gonna remove it. Now, if you're not genuinely in faith within your word and what you speak of the Most High, you might miss some things that He's telling you because you're being blocked somehow, or you allow yourself to be blocked. When you got a clear mind, like they say, when you fully heal, and you got God in your life, He's gonna let you know. He's gonna let you know what to do, what role to take, etc., and who to watch out for. So that's true. You don't have to be so cautious and like, oh, what they gonna do? Like live in fear, they call it. You don't live in fear. If you got, in your
If you have
life,
God in your life, you don't live in fear. Absolutely.
you don't live in fear. So I know sometimes we have things happen in the past and it makes us hesitant. That's when you have to speak to the Most High and ask questions and stuff. Whatever relationship you have with God or have you go about it, that's what you do. But
That's why I've said on, I think every one of our Dating in Today's Society podcast, I always repeat that it's hurt people who hurt people. And so in order to move forward into something positive, you've got to work through that healing and you've got to have God in your life. You have to.
that you do. I think Candy's going back to being catered to. She says reciprocal if it's genuine. Communication, consistency, respect is absolutely necessary. I'm gonna add one more word. Loyal. Wait.
Loyalty, definitely.
Loyalty. Add to that. What she said, those three words, and loyalty. And loyalty. I'm asking this question. I had this debate. And I was talking to my son's mother. We had this debate, and she was telling me, she's like, well, men can't have female friends that's single if they're in a relationship. And I said, no, that's not true. You don't, people that's in your life, in your circle, that God put in your life for a reason, that's been there through your ups and downs, you keep them around. God, they got them in your life for a reason. You just don't eliminate people because you get in a relationship. But a lot of people do that. They get into a relationship, they start eliminating people from the opposite sex. They eliminate people who's been key in their life. And eliminating people, God has you here for a reason. And a man or woman that gets in a relationship with you and tells you to eliminate a person that's been genuinely respectful for your relationship, that could be a bad thing.
That's the insecurity in that person.
That too, exactly. You have to. The thing is, with the things going on in today's world, and the way inflation is, and the way people losing jobs, and then you got like the borders crossing and everything, and crime increasing. You have to keep a certain that whoever God put in your life that's positive, keep that circle strong. Like seriously, just because like you get in a relationship, and a lot of men do this. They try to dictate what a woman can do, but men, I'm gonna tell you this too. We have to watch out for other men because those are the fucking coyotes. Those are the goddamn coyotes. Those are the coyotes. You can have a good woman and then a good relationship with a woman, but that man, that coyote that she's friends with, will try to like slowly pry her away of jealousy. You do have to watch that. So I do understand when people say, you shouldn't have single friends in a relationship. I understand it, but it's not true. But you do have to become aware of what's going on with these single people, especially with men, because they what I call coyotes. They single woman they friends with, and a man sometimes don't learn until somebody else get it.
That's true.
So that's what it is.
So you talked about adding on to Candy's communication consistency, respect is absolutely necessary. And then you said loyalty.
Right.
I'm going to touch on that for a minute because I have said this a million times, but I would so rather have somebody's loyalty before their love. And I say that because I've had people who have said that they've loved me before, stab me in the back, do things behind my back that are not okay. And then I've had people come into my life who have shown me their loyalty. And then we've built this awesome friendship. And then it's I love you, man. You're like, awesome. Like, thank you for being a loyal friend. And that's with both sexes. Like I have my business partner, actually, she She told me one day we were riding together to do a wedding, and she was like, it was so hard to get you to trust me to be my friend. I had to show you my loyalty before you became my friend. And I was like, absolutely. I don't want disloyal people in my circle. Like, right. So if a person can be loyal to you, then they can love you. And I would rather have that loyalty first, because the love can come, but that loyalty is rare. And I feel like these days, people are quick to let somebody go who is in their life that can be loyal to them over the simplest, stupidest things. And that goes back to blocking your blessings.
Loyalty. Well, I wrote that down. If you can be loyal to somebody, you can love them. That's real big. I actually was going to debate, but now you said something that like made me like not debate. So loyalty, you can love. That is true.
Because you can tell somebody you love them, right? But if you're not being loyal to them, stabbing in the back, doing something behind their back, like, I don't want that type of love. If you can be loyal to me and show me that you're loyal and have my back 150%, and then you can look at me one day and be like, I love you, I'm going to believe it way more, because you just sat there and showed me your true actions and the fact that you can be loyal.
That is true. So loyal before love. I can agree with that, because people usually they loosely use the word love. They loosely use the word love to try to gain something from you, to get what they want. Get what they want. But when we being loyal, loyalty shows love.
Absolutely.
That's what, and it happens genuinely.
Absolutely. That's why. I tell you what, if I tell somebody I love them, male or female, then you're locked in with me for life. Because if I love you, I love you. I'm down with you 100%. My Candy can sit here and tell you guys, my circle is this big. I deal with a handful of people on a regular basis, but every one of them has been loyal as fuck to me. And I'm the same way. I will give that loyalty 110% to you. But the moment I tell you I love you, just know, like, that's what it is. I'm not telling you I love you to benefit anything from you.
Let's talk about something. My little word of the day: loyalty comes before love. Let the actions speak, and love shall see.
There you go, Jay. You might be onto something. We mixed Mr. Perry's comment up top. I don't know if you want to pull that up.
I've always had a problem with compromise. An example: I like to travel. My ex refused to fly. We fell out because of that. Compromising.
Then you gotta find you somebody who likes to do what you like to do, because it ain't gonna work if you don't.
Yeah, if we ain't flying, we ain't. You gotta fly. You gotta fly. You gotta be open minded. That's called. It's a compromise. It's being open minded. When you get in a relationship or be somebody, you gotta be open minded. I love different things. Obviously, I like dating people different than me. That's exposed to different things. They expose me. You can like some things I like, but I want you to like different things. I can't just. I don't want original. I want spicy. So I gotta go and seek somebody that's like liking things different, that expose me to different things. Mm-hmm. So like him, Mr. Perry said, he liked to travel, like to fly. She refused to fly. No, be open minded. Fly. I tried that once because I didn't start flying until I actually met my ex-wife. I want to drive everywhere. I had a fear. Well, I flew and I'm like, oh shit, this is like weird. I'm lifting up in the sky, like, damn, shit. I'm like, why the fuck I do this? So as I start flying, I'm like, shit. I've flown like during the whole COVID area. My ass has flown. The first year of COVID, I probably took like 6-7 flights. The shit was cheap. Nobody wanted to fly. I'm like, I'm fearless. I'm gone. I fly all the goddamn time. So someone exposing you to something can actually lead you to be open-minded about a lot of different things. And I think being open-minded is so significant in a relationship. A lot of people are not. They're not. Like, for example, when people seeking someone in a relationship, oh, I don't do long distance relationship. I ain't doing that. Let me tell you this. Do you know what the Most High have for you? Do the Most High have your soulmate within the 50-mile range, 40-mile range? You don't know, do you? Nobody knows.
Step outside that box.
Step outside that box and see what the Most High have for you. Be open-minded. If you look at that a big ass map, it's easy to like knock everything else down and find who you're looking for. But when you secure yourself to this, You might have a group in this mile radius, a bunch of assholes and trash, but you keep going through that same trash can. When you can go outside that trash can and not fucking have to deal with that and just be open minded to different things. And I think that, not saying that everybody should be open to a long distance relationship, and I think you should, because you don't know what's there for you. Here's the thing, right? Let's say you talk to God, and God, I believe that's everyone for everybody in this world. I firmly believe that, right? In this world. So let's say that you knew where your soulmate was, right? But you refused because you want to stay into this box, right? This box. No, your soulmate is not in this box. Nowhere in this box, but you keep looking, you keep getting your heart broken, right? Because your soulmate is on the other side, and you gotta put forth effort. And I say this to say that a lot of people don't want to put forth effort. Long distance is too much effort. I don't got time for this. Oh, I'm needy. I need this. Here's the thing: you find what you want, God will bring you together. Period. It's just that simple. But we stay within this box and we settle and we look and we're like, I don't want to go outside this box. It's just convenient for me. What's convenient for you may not be for you. And that's why people get their heart broke and they come on social media and they talk shit about guys and guys talk shit about women. And that's simply because they won't go outside the box and they just settle. You settle. It's not for you. You meet different people when you who I receive.
But when you do that, you have to that like Candy said a minute ago, that consistency,
Yes.
that communication has to be on point. If you can't commit to those qualities when you're trying to pursue something outside of that 50-mile radius, then you leave it alone, because that far apart, all you have is communication. You have to be willing and able to make time.
Yes. You got to keep what you have called, I call it a sky account. Put money aside, just never know. You meet somebody within a mile range, I'm like, oh, I got the money right here. I can go fly. I can make it work. Flying once a month. Some people think that's a lot, but when you travel and you traveling for love and loyalty, it's worth it. You're investing in love. Do it. Somebody put mine is 218 miles away and worth it. That's dope. Because if you held yourself from that 218 miles, if you say, well, I want somebody who's close to me around my area, the Most High don't have nobody in that mile radius for you, but you can keep picking through that little trash can and keep getting your heart broken and stuff like that. And you might get your baby daddy or two, like I got me a baby mama, whatever. You don't want baby mamas. Like, have your faith and just be open minded. Period.
I agree. I've tried it. I'm not gonna lie. I've dated, a little bit farther than 50 miles away, and it wasn't bad. It just things naturally from the past, it kind of ruined that situation. But I feel like definitely there could be so much out there. There's so many people in this country. Like you said, the person for you may not be within 100 miles. Step outside that box, but it's just. I think that goes back to the conversation though about today's agenda. Like, you don't know what somebody's agenda is. You don't know what they're trying to gain from you. So, I'm pretty sure people are hesitant about that, which is understandable. But again, don't block your blessings, like you said a while ago.
So you're right. It's somebody for everybody all over this world. So you said traditional. And there are traditional women in this country, United States. Well, a lot of men that's been leaving the United States looking for more traditional women. And because of that word I mentioned earlier, westernized. Men have a tendency to stay away from women that are westernized. And when I say westernized, that means you got the feminists. It's like the culture's been damaged. I don't give a care what's your skin color. The culture's been damaged. The westernized culture has taught women to do things their own. You don't need a man. Try to lead and never. And westernized culture teach you that so they can easily take over from you later on, which is what's going on right now, as you see.
But sadly, you men have played a part in some of that. So, you can't. Huh?
How so?
Oh, some men, not all men, but some men have dogged the shit out of some women. So it makes it easier for them to be non-westernized anymore. It makes it easier for them to take on this whole I don't need a man attitude, because when a man is consistently showing actions, and there are good men out here just like there are good women, and there's shitty men just like there's shitty women, so it works both ways. But I think that's part of the reason why it's not so westernized anymore, because people have shown each other that they can be shitty human beings, period.
But those are red flags that women not picking up of. It doesn't mean that a man play a role. Here's the thing: as a man that's finding damage in women, he sees red flags and settle for it. I've dealt with it before. Vice versa. A woman don't because she messes around these red flags. She shouldn't take herself out of the traditional role because now you're being westernized. You're damaged goods. You're not damaged because of the man. You're damaged because you refuse to recognize red flags and branch yourself away from it. So it keeps you from being that traditional woman that you are. So now women who's like, I don't need a man, I don't need this. You ain't never had a man. First of all, you dealt with boys. That's why you're in the situation that you are. You chose to be westernized. So now it ain't the man that made you that way. You just chose to deal with little boys. And those little boys you saw those red flags from, you chose to continue your situation and it got worse and worse and worse. And you was hoping he turned to a man and he never did. So now you had a situation where I don't need no man, I don't need this, I'm good, I'm this. You just Fortune 500 company, right? Let me tell you one thing. A lot of men out here, they know about self-wealth. It's a pretty big thing. Women get these positions from these elites where they own these companies that got these CEO positions, right? Something that can be taken from you overnight. You know, your world could be up here and you get fired, they can be brought down here. You know, so they teach you don't need a man and they put you on this high pedestal and society can take you off. That's Western society. Western society, women get caught up in that and they're allowed to be put up on these high pedestals and society can take them down. Traditional, you work with your man, y'all build, y'all become a force. You know, you learn about self-wealth. There are a lot of couples doing business together.
Absolutely.
The only way you can be torn down is if you take each other down.
Yeah.
And if you are working for these companies and you like the man, you got this company, this Fortune 500 company, man, no. And I know this even today. I'm not trying to figure it out. You have to build. You have to figure out a way where you don't have to rely on society. You get your woman that's down for you and you put your head together. That's what makes a strong couple. That's how you build your force.
Absolutely. You got to help each other grow.
Exactly. And the thing is, women try to grow with boys, and you can't grow with boys. So now you allow yourself to be affected because you're westernized and you're going to be shot down anyway. You're going to be fucked. No more who you point the finger at. With these Western values, you're going to be fucked because the women that are westernized typically don't respect men. They don't. They more like
I can't speak on that because I'm a little bit more old tradition. You know, I want that, like I say, I want that old school love, but there's not a lot of those out here anymore. Take that flight, take that chance, step outside your comfort zone. I did it for 4 years and it was the best experience, a very teachable moment in life, good and bad. Yeah, you know, you can learn a lot, good and bad.
I was in a few long distance relationship and they weren't bad. One relationship in particular, just the faith of the Most High. She didn't believe, and when a person tells you that, you're like, damn, they're incredible, great person. And you think that you could probably get them on that path and whatever, but it takes, if you fail, you're gonna waste time. And the relationship was it was a great relationship, you know, going back and forth. But not believing in God is like a huge no for me because I sit and pray, and you know that's where I put my energy at and everything. So
gotta look at God to lead too. That's I agree with that. God has got to be a factor in the relationship.
It does, and men need to know because if a man ain't leading you to the Most High, he is not the man for you. And women, I don't give a damn what is he doing. I don't give a damn how good the sex is. If he ain't leading you the righteous way and bringing you up, he ain't for you. Don't get in that path. Don't let him bust a nut in you and get a baby when you know all this is going on. Because then it's your fault. You know he ain't leading you the right way, but you're going to let him fucking get to that moment. You're going to let him come on beside you, knowing the repercussions that can come from it, and he ain't going to lead your ass the right way.
Yeah.
You know, men, get on your ass too. Don't be humping, knowing she ain't going to allow you to lead, knowing she's going to challenge your every which way, and she has been. Pull out.
Some of them have a weak pull-out game. That's all, though.
But it's good, it's wet. No, pull out. Don't mess with it at all. I mean, I wish I could follow my own advice if I could go back in time, because I'd be a totally different person. My father's situation would be different. But know what I know now?
Mike, can't hear you.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
So here's the thing. What I know now and what I know before, right? So right now, like So me in an intimate setting, right? I have no issues with that. However, what turns me on is a personality on a woman. Like all that is the sexiness right there. You gotta add that. Just because you look good, you thick, the younger me will be excited by that. The me today will be like, that's cool. But shit, can we coincide? Can we laugh? Let's do something. That's real huge. The real huge. Yeah, exactly.
Gotta stimulate that mind, Craig.
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly. So that's the way I get stimulated. I'm like, a nice ass, that thing is fine. Like, yeah, that's nice. Woo wee.
If we can't sit on the couch afterwards, though, and talk shit and let me be my natural self and the person who I am, then there's no point.
No point whatsoever. No point whatsoever. But I don't want to go to it. Get a little nasty. I want to just cut that part. We will set up for the next show.
Maybe you should come visit 50 Shades of Jay and have that discussion over there.
Oh yeah, 50 Shades of Jay, and 50 Shades of Jay. We should do it like a 10 p.m. time where the kids are asleep.
Or 18 and up going across that screen, because that's what we're talking about, 18 and up.
Y'all got to catch 50 Shades of Jay, y'all, because I was producing the show and I was like supposed to like put people comments up and everything. And I was so into the show, I forgot like, oops, shit. Damn, let me put it up there. It's pretty dope. You got to catch it. 50 Shades of Jay. Man, it's something you don't want to miss. 18.
It was awesome. Go watch the first episode. Candy and I are going to be doing a part 2 very, very soon. Maybe next week. We introduced y'all to the type of toys. Now we're going to talk about the comfortability and the ways and the things that you can do and all that good stuff with those. So make sure y'all tune into that. I'll be talking about it soon.
It is. Oh, Candy, the comment. She is your co-host. What up, Candy?
Candy's one of my co-hosts.
So we're gonna be down in H-Town. That's next weekend.
Yes, y'all come out and hang out with us.
Hang out with us. I want to do a live show while we're in Houston and everything. We got some stuff we're gonna be doing, different projects and everything. Reality show will be down in Houston. So Candy, you're gonna be on the Life Grind reality show. You're gonna be on there because you're a part. So it's gonna be dope. And we're gonna have people like asking questions, talking to the cameras and everything. It's gonna be dope. Houston is gonna be fun times. So y'all come out with us.
Yes. Anybody watching, if you're in that area, come out and vibe with us for the weekend. It'll be fun. I know Dame did say he's a big supporter on my TikTok, on everything. He's always showing support. He said he was going to come out from Louisiana and hang out for the weekend. So I want to make sure that people that do come out and hang out with us, we definitely need to get their shirt size. They deserve a t-shirt.
Yeah, so we're gonna be bringing shirts down, Life Grind shirts, and hopefully we're gonna be bringing a few more. Candy, we ain't forgot about you. We're gonna have your shirt. I don't even remember the size though, so she's gonna have to hit me up with it because I forgot.
So 2K for the grind just got in here. What we talking about? Well, we were talking about should women pursue men in this dating world and a whole bunch of other fun stuff, but you're tapping in a little late.
It's gonna be a fun time. Tell them to come to Houston.
Come to Houston. Or you can rewatch this once we post it in just a little bit. So
yeah, you can do that.
So Jay,
what's up?
So the outcome of this is women should pursue men, right? Stop being scary and go after what you want.
Go after what you want. Pursue what you want, because it's kings out here that's single. Don't let nobody else do what you should be doing and take them up on that offer. Just go ahead and go attack it. Sometimes you got to be a lion to start and then let the man take over.
Don't be scared, ladies. If you're confident and you know that's what you want, go for it.
Hey, on that note, go get your man, ladies. Come kick it with us next week out of H-Town, baby. Good night, y'all. Peace.
Have a good night.